What's up, meatbags? It's the Alpha Imitated, Never Duplicated Tony, TGD, and you're watching a clip from the latest Gabbing with Geeks live stream. Now, if you like what you see, like the video, share it with your friends, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Now, with that all out of the way, let's get into the latest clip from Gabbing with Geeks.
Watch it, but
so there was a Christmas Story Christmas, and we talked a little bit about this on Friday. But Gary, have you seen this movie? I know you said you did. But...
I have seen this movie, and we have pointed out, right? I think I pointed out last show that this is like the second sequel. Technically, it's the second sequel.
Third.
Is it the third? Was there a... Okay. I didn't know that. So I did know about one of the other movies, but this is a true sequel. I have mixed feelings about this movie. I love it and I hate it at the same time.
I thought this movie was fantastic. I thought this was one of the best movies. I mean, in my opinion, this is going to be right up there with Christmas Story. This is going to be the new Christmas Story. It is that good.
There are things about it that I absolutely love, and there are things about it that I hate. And I think the number one thing that really draws me from this movie is the narrating from Peter Billingsley himself. That's my biggest gripe with it. I just wasn't feeling his. The narration was that was what was off for me. Blinded, you haven't seen this?
No, I haven't. I mean, I watched the original like dozens of times, but I didn't even know there was one until you guys brought it up.
Yeah, I didn't know there was one until someone brought it up to me. And like I said, I think this is one of the best, not only Christmas Story movies.
I think the story told here, I think the story that was told here and the way that they weaved it with the original was beautiful. I thought it was great. I come back to the narrating on it. It's like it drove me nuts in certain sequences. There was a disconnect. If they wanted to do what they did, I think having someone that sounded closer to like the original. Like I get it's from him, but there were just moments that were like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. They're just moments that I felt disconnected from what they were trying to do. I knew what they were trying to do. It's just his voice, I guess. But bringing back like the original cast and the story, I don't want to spoil anything. The story that they told was great. I thought they did a fantastic job with that. I mean, what do you think, Tony?
Like I said, I liked it everything. I liked it the narration. I liked the story. I liked the overall message, the movie. There was moments where I was nearly bawling my eyes out. And I'm a big, strong alpha male, and I was ready to cry.
Exposed.
It's fantastic.
Beta cock.
And apparently, I just found this out right now. I was wrong. I'm taking an L here, guys. Taking an L. Because this would make it the 8th movie in the Parker family saga.
Oh, really? Wow. When did they do all these other movies?
Because apparently Christmas Story is the 3rd movie. Let that see.
I just seen the one with Charles Grodin and I can't remember who else was in that, but that was like Ralphie's Summer or whatever he learned to drive.
No, that's Christmas Story 2 where he drives. But Phantom of the Open Hearth. It's probably a movie you never heard of. That is the first movie. It's a 1976 movie. It is the first film in the 8-film trilogy of the Parkers. Like I said, the Christmas Story would be your 3rd one. My Summer Story, which is the first sequel that I heard of, was a 1994 movie. Christmas Story 2, and then A Christmas Story Christmas. Although if you're talking about being canon, I think Christmas Story Christmas pretty much avoids all the other ones. So it would be like 4 movies. Phantom of the Open Hearth, Great American 4th of July and Other Disasters, Christmas Story, and Christmas Story Christmas. and then we just ignore all the other movies, which
Mm.
is weird. No one ever talks about these other movies in the Ralph Parker franchise, I guess. The fucking universe. The Christmas Story universe.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
You just want a Christmas story. That's it. Or original.
But yeah, getting into spoilers, this movie it's fantastic. It opens up brilliantly. It's in Chicago. Ralphie has moved away. He's trying to be a writer. The wife is basically giving him a year off. You take a year off of work. I'll support you. Do your writing thing. He's getting rejected left and right. Nobody wants to buy his script. It's like a huge fucking novel. No one wants to buy it. He's getting rejected. Then he gets the phone call that everybody gets at some point in their life. The old man is dead. And the way they shot this with him holding the phone, and it hit me. I was like, oh, fuck. So they got to go. They got to go to the mom's, right? 'Cause the old man's dead. He's got to go see the mom up in Holman. So they take the trip. They pack the family up. He's got a daughter, a son, a wife. Pack up the family to go out to Holman, Indiana, to go visit the mom. And on the way there, we discover that his radiator's all fucked up. And they got to keep cracking an egg to put in the radiator. The old Midwest souffle. And it's funny because Sidekick Max were watching this, and he goes, "That won't work, will it?" I go, actually, that does work. It doesn't. It's not permanent. It's not a permanent fix for a hole in your radiator. But if you crack an egg in it, it will. It's a little temporary fix. But he's using it. He doesn't want to buy a new radiator, so they're just cracking eggs throughout the movie. And the mom puts it on him. Hey, your dad's dead. We're still going to celebrate Christmas, and it's got to be the best Christmas ever because your dad was really a big Christmas guy. And now it's on you, Ralphie. You got to handle everything. And of course, Ralphie doesn't know what to do. So he comes up with the best idea that a parent could. Go to the bar and get drunk with his friends from the old place. They get drunk. They come up with these fantastical things to do. Stumbles home, gets into bed. The wife wakes him up the next day, says, hey, all this shit is kind of crazy, right? Some of this is okay. Some of this is crazy. We're not going to do it. We're just going to go skating. And of course, when they go skating and the wife takes a fucking tumble off the front steps, breaks her fucking ankle. Yeah, it's like a big dysfunctional family, Finbar. 100%.
I don't think I was talking about what you were talking about. I zoned out.
Yeah, I know. So she fucks up her ankle. She's out of commission. Eventually, they got to go to they're going to go to Higbee's. They're going to go see the window and see Santa, get the kids all excited. So they go there, and Ralphie's able to get all the presents. The wife is in the lounge with the mother. They get all the presents. Kids go see Santa. They do a little moment from the original Christmas Story where a kid's eating a big old lollipop and trying to offer it to them. So Ralphie gets all the presents, gets it in the car. It's all good. Driving on the way home, fucking radiator goes out. And wouldn't you know it, they're out of eggs. So they're like, well, fuck it. We're just going to sit here and let the car cool off. And they get out of the car. Kids go play. They start throwing snowballs at each other. And what I think is the funniest part of the whole movie comes up. So they're throwing snowballs at each other. The wife gets out. She's throwing snowballs. And the wife's like, well, me and the son versus you and the daughter, teams. And the son goes, well, you can't hit me, right? And he runs out into the open. He's like, you can't hit me. And Ralphie's like, yeah, I can. So he's packing up a snowball. And the daughter gets up on a tree trunk and she's taunting. So he's going to get you. Ralphie turns around and fucking chucks a snowball right in the daughter's face. Just fucking beams her. Literally, he's arm's length away.
He blows your shit out.
Oof.
He blows your shit out.
She goes flying off the tree trunk. They got to rush her to the hospital. She comes out with a fucking eye patch on. She's out of commission. So he's feeling all bad about this. During all this, we find out that there's some local bullies busting snowmans up, and the kids had a little confrontation, and we get to see the Bumpuses got a young kid their age, and they're kind of hanging out with the Bumpus kid. So eventually, Ralphie, Flick owns a bar. So the son's feeling kind of shitty because the presents get stolen, as you do. When they get out of the hospital, they find out the presents were stolen from the trunk. So they try to downplay that. Christmas is about it's the thought that counts, kids. It's a thought. It's not about all the presents getting a bunch of shit. It's the thought that counts. And the kids are like, well, no, fuck this shit. We know what
Yeah,
this
they're
means.
not having it.
They're like, no. This means we're having a crappy Christmas. And they're like, no, guys, it'll be okay. So the son's feeling kind of bad. So Ralphie says, well, I'll take the kid out. We'll go spend some time together. And end up at the bar. And Flick shows the kid how to mix drinks, and they're having a good time. And what the hell's the other one? Flick's the bar owner, Schwartz. Schwartz is at the bar, and turns out Schwartz is a barfly who always got bad luck. He's running up a tab. So Flick basically is like, hey, we don't need you in the bar no more. You've been a pain in my ass all these years. So they get into a little back and forth, and Ralphie's like, well, Flick has always had it out for Schwartz ever since he got him to stick his tongue on the pole, right? So Flick basically says, hey, if you go ride what the hell do they call it, Gary?
What did he ride?
It's like the slope or something. He's like, fucking, you go ride this thing, right? I'll wipe out your tab. You can stay at the bar.
Like a sack or something.
He goes, I'll wipe out your fucking tab. So he's like, fuck it, I'm going to do it, right? And they go, and it's like an abandoned pipe almost. And it's like a half pipe with like fucking, dip. It's like almost a huge slide that goes up. And there's like nowhere to land. So fucking Schwartz goes up there with his little sled. He's going to ride this thing. Fucking, they're going back and forth. He's like, Ralphie's like, you can't make him ride. He's like, oh, don't worry. He's going to chicken out. This is going to teach him a lesson. But Schwartz says, fuck it. You're wiping my bar tab out. I'm going to do this shit, right? Because I owe a bunch of money. He rides this shit, goes flying. Fucking smacks his back on the floor. Everyone's like, oh shit, he's dead. But he's not. Of course, it's a kid's movie. He's not dead. So then all the other drunks start sliding around. They're like, oh, fuck it. We're going to go sledding, right? There's all these drunks. And there's like a whole montage of people just fucking wiping out, like hitting cars, hitting benches, hitting fucking garbage cans and shit. And Ralphie's son gets the idea that he's going to go sledding. He goes down the fucking hill. Bam. He fucking slams into like a car. Breaks his fucking arm. So now you got the daughter in an eye patch. The son's broken his arm, and the wife's ankle's all fucked up. So Ralphie has to go home. He kind of tells the wife they got no money, can't really buy any presents. The tree's decorated. They're trying to make it work. And the kids were basically told that they got to stick up for themselves, right? About the bullies. So they build a snowman over a tree trunk. And the bullies crashed their fucking snowmobile into it. So they're triumphant. Yay. Kids fucking figured out their problem. The kids could have died, but fuck it. Ralphie and them are all good with this, right? So then eventually, they had told the daughter, because she wanted an angel as a tree topper, but he told them, no. In Homan, we do stars, right? Because Santa won't come to your house if there's no star on your tree. And wouldn't you know it, Ralphie's luck, the fucking star falls off the tree, shatters. And the daughter is now inconsolable. Inconsolable because Santa's not coming. There's no star on the tree. So, of course, Ralphie says, fuck it, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to go out. I'm going to get us a star. And the wife's like, there's no stars, right? Everything's closed. How are you going to do this? Ralphie said, don't worry, I'm going to fix it. So Ralphie goes off to Flick's bar, and he's like, fuck it, I'll just break into Flick's. Steal his star. I'll leave one note. He goes in there. He gets in through the back doors, through a window. The window fucking breaks. Gets the star. He's all happy. He's like, yeah, I fucking made it, right? I got it. Wouldn't you know it? Fucking cop stops him. And because this is a Christmas story, Christmas, the cop is none other than Who, Gary?
Scott Farkas.
That's right. Scott Farkas. Not Scott Farkas. Scott Farkas. The bully, Scott Farkas, is the cop. Puts Ralphie in the cop car and he arrests him. And Ralphie's like practically pissing his pants because he's like, oh shit, Scott's going to beat my ass. He's going to lock me up, throw away the key. Now, Ralphie's has flashbacks throughout this, and he has like little like fantasy segments, just like in the original. So he goes past the fucking police station, and he's like, oh fuck. Scott's not taking me to jail. Scott's going to take me somewhere and just like beat the shit out of me and leave me for dead. But of course, Scott takes him home. He says, basically tells Ralphie, hey, after you whipped my ass, I realized I don't have to be a bad guy, right? I could straighten my life up. And now I'm a cop. I'm a good guy. He says, you know, you're lucky, Ralphie. If it was anyone else had got the call, had went to the bar and arrested you, you'd be in jail right now. But I'm going to let you go. I'll let you go home with your family and spend Christmas. And so they kind of make up, you know, him and Scott are now cool. So he gets the star, puts it on the tree. The day is saved. But then Christmas comes. And wouldn't you know it, there's extra presents under the tree. And they don't know where they came from. And it turns out, and this is where it hit me again. Like I was ready to fucking pull. The presents were from the dad. The old man had bought presents before he had died. And the mom found them in the basement when she was fixing the fuse. And so everybody got exactly what they wanted because the old man had bought the perfect Christmas presents like he always does. And then Ralphie's story about the old man is run in the paper because the wife gave it to them because Ralphie was going to write the obituary. So he gives them the story, and everyone's comes over and enjoys Christmas with them, reminiscing about the old man. And it's going to be syndicated, and everybody's going to know about Ralphie's dad, how great he was. And then the very end of the Christmas Story Christmas, Ralphie's mom had not read the obituary, so Ralphie's reading it for her. And it actually leads into the original Christmas story. The narration starts about, you know, the best Christmas and wanting the BB gun. And it goes from Ralphie's narration right into the original narrator's narration from the original Christmas story. Seamlessly. You could actually watch the Christmas Story Christmas and then watch a Christmas story right after it. And it's fucking seamless. And I think it was one of the best Christmas movies I've ever seen. Like I said, had very touching moments. It had sappy shit, funny moments. It was the perfect. Like if you love Christmas Story, you're gonna love this movie. It is fantastic. Highly recommended. 2 thumbs, way up. Gary, what problems did you have with the movie?
I mean, aside from him narrating it, I don't know. I thought it was I mean, the original movie's goofy too, but there's a little bit more serious tone in that narrator's voice where his just, I don't know, certain moments it bothered me. Other than that, no, I agree with everything you said. Like the ending to that movie, the way they tied it all in, and let the old man save the day again, and that's, you're watching this whole experience time frame of him when he creates the story that everybody's accustomed to in the original movie. So the way that they did it was, I don't think they could have done it better. Other than him narrating it, I think they should have got someone else to narrate it. But other than that, I thought it was great.
Yeah, like I said, fantastic movie. Everyone that was alive and willing to come back came back for the movie, including Zach Ward as Scott Farkas, the actors that played Flick and Schwartz, the actor that played Scott's little toady. I forget what the hell that guy's name is. But they were all there. Ralphie is the original Ralphie. The mom is a different lady, but I think that lady's like 90 or something. So she would have been like too old to play the character. But all in all, I think Christmas Story Christmas, if you haven't seen it, go out and watch it. It is going to be a new American tradition, I guarantee you. This is going to be the Christmas story for the kids of this generation, like me and Gary. You know, we grew up watching A Christmas Story. Kids this generation are going to grow up watching this movie. Anything to add, gentlemen?
Yeah.
Nope.
I'll check it out. I like the first one, so I didn't really want to hear spoilers because yeah, I wanted it to be a surprise.
Well, sorry for that. Thank you for watching another clip from Gabbing with Geeks. And remember, you could catch Gabbing with Geeks live every Saturday at 7:05 Central Standard Time. That's right, we go 2, 3, 4 hours. Sometimes we go all night, and we're always having fun. And if you're looking to see more from the show that this clip was taken from, you can click the link that's on your screen right now, or you can enjoy another video from this channel by clicking the other link. And remember, if you haven't done so, subscribe. Thank you, and as always, love, peace, booty grease. I'm out this bitch.